guys. So this is a little crooked. Sorry, I can't get this exactly right. But I love to make these videos for you guys to show you what I'm doing for my meal prep. And one of the biggest things that I can suggest to you guys, and I say it all the time, is one, make a meal plan. If you don't have a plan, you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know what to shop for, and you don't know where to start, right? So I make a meal plan every single week. I share it with my challengers, and that is what I work from. A couple of things also. Making a meal plan actually saves you money. I can't tell you how many times that people tell me that they cannot afford to eat clean. And I honestly can say that is just not true, because I used to say it myself. And then when I started to actually take responsibility for my diet, for what I put into my mouth, for what I feed my family, for taking ownership of the bites that I put into my mouth, I started to make a plan. And I started to realize that I was actually saving money by having a plan and being prepared and not having to hit the drive-thru every single day, right? Because that's honestly what I was doing. I was eating breakfast out because I was rushing in the morning. I didn't have time to get breakfast before I left my house for work. And so I was spending easily $5 or $6 just on junk food. And then usually I would not prepare my lunch well enough, or it was just like filled with like empty calories, and it left me hungry. And so I was still hitting the snack machine or the drive-thru on the way home or something like that. A lot of times we did have a healthy dinner. We did have a healthy dinner, honestly, a lot of nights, but I was still rushing and stopping at the grocery store and just buying a bunch of food and not cooking it. So it's going to waste. So I make a meal plan every single week, and then I shop for that meal plan. And I'm going to show you today some things that we're having in our meal plan this week. And I say our because I do cook dinner. My family eats what we cook for dinner. I do not make separate meals. A lot of times my kids actually take the leftovers from those dinners, although a lot of times they have like a turkey or a ham sandwich, or sometimes they have chicken strips, but I just pay attention to what kind I buy. But yeah, my kids eat our leftovers a lot. So this week on the menu, I always start with my breakfast. It's always my superfoods. It's always my shake that I have. It's my breakfast. It's my meal. I do add a banana, a half of a banana to my shake. For some fruit after my workout, because those carbs actually fuel my muscles after I work out hard. And so that's a no-brainer. I know I'm going to have that every single day for my breakfast, right? Then I start with my dinners, because if I know what I'm having for dinner, I can make enough for leftovers for the next day for me and my family. So a couple of things, I'm keeping it very simple this week because I've just come back from a trip. I definitely ate a lot of things last week that I wouldn't normally eat. And so I really want to keep it simple and not have to do a ton of extra work to get on track. And so just by repeating the meals that I'm having, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm pretty much having the same thing. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm pretty much having the same thing. So it keeps it very simple. So some things for salads this week. For lunches, I'm mostly having salads with quinoa. Quinoa is a very simple grain. It's a carbohydrate, and it's one of the wholest forms of carbohydrates that you can have. I am not anti-carb. I think we need our carbs. So my carbs this week are mostly quinoa and sweet potatoes, and I just buy these super simple pre-wrapped sweet potatoes at the grocery store, pop them in the microwave, and boom, they're done, right? And so I'm having green salads with quinoa and a protein. My proteins this week are flat iron steak. It's a lean form of red meat. Ground turkey. I have a bunch of these because we'll have this for my lunches, and also I'm making tacos one night, so we'll have ground turkey tacos. And then I've got these lean pork loins. And these boys, I love to put this in the Instant Pot and cook it, and my family loves it. You can make barbecue out of it. You can make just kind of like mushrooms and onions and carrots, kind of like a roast, like you would season a roast. They're so simple, and they're so good, and they're so lean, okay? So those are pretty much, for dinner, we're having tacos one night, we're having chicken one night, we're having flank steak one night, and I'm just going to use those proteins for my lunches the next day. My snacks are going to be celery and almond butter, and I also have some Greek yogurt with berries or some type of fruit. I have apples for my fruit too. I have asparagus for my vegetables for one night. So one of the things I'm really focusing on this week is I am such a creature of habit. My family is a creature of habit. I typically buy a lot of the same fruits and vegetables and we eat them every week, but it's really important. One of the things I've learned in this new nutrition course that I'm getting certified in is how important it is to try different foods. We love all these foods, but we don't eat them often. I don't switch it up a lot, but it's really important because God created so many different types of food and they have different types of nutrients that our body needs. So if I just eat apples and bananas all day every week and I don't throw in some berries or some pears or some what other types of fruit, watermelon or kiwi or things like that, then I'm missing out on what those foods have to offer, right? So I'm definitely switching it up. So we've been eating a lot of like broccoli and Brussels sprouts and things like that, and I'm switching it up this week. Asparagus was on sale, 99 cents per bunch of asparagus. That is a steal. The zucchini was on sale as well, so I got that. Instead of just feeding the boys like blueberries and apples, I bought these Tangelos this week because they were on sale and they look super pretty, and Henry loves citrus fruit. I love shallots to season my salads and my vegetables. There's a really good mild tasting onion. And so that is it. I'm going to meal prep. I often make a big salad and put it in a huge bowl and save it in the fridge for myself and for Matt. These are my meal prep containers that I'm going to portion out my food with my containers, and I'll show you a little bit of that later in the week. But that's my grocery haul. And so what I do when I buy the groceries is I usually wash what I can and chop what I can and portion it out into different containers so that I can just grab and make lunches or grab and eat if I'm at home, because I am home a lot now. So that's my grocery haul, and I just wanted to show you that so that you can be inspired, encouraged to do the same for yourself. Whether you're in my boot camps or whether you're not in my boot camps and you just follow me for inspiration, you can take control of your food, of what you put into your mouth, of what you feed your family. And I don't want you to doubt that. I want to encourage you to do just that. And it may not look like mine. You may have to start smaller. You may have to start 1 meal a week, 2 meals a week. You may have to start by cutting out your Cokes, your sweet teas, but you can do it, sisters. So let's be encouraged together to take care of our bodies, to honor God with what we put into them, and to make this a great week. All right, if you have questions, please always drop them below. Share this if it was helpful. And if you want to talk about being in one of my boot camps, I have a new one I'm opening enrollment for in April. You are welcome. So